If you follow me on social media, in fact, if you know me at all, you probably know that producing Spartan's podcast, Spartan Up, for the last 8 years has been a huge part of my life. The show's changed a lot over the years, and it's time for me to move on and take on the next challenge. I'm really excited because I have a great new opportunity, and I'll talk about that later. I decided that the best way for me to kind of process all of this and to say thank you to all of you who've listened, who've been a part of it, who've been on camera and off camera, is to make a little video. The video might be boring to some of you, but for me, it's a thank you to those of you who've been a part of the show. Let me back up a little bit. Actually, let me back up a lot. I won't go all the way back to the first death race or to the years of peak races. I'll start in 2014. We came up with the idea of the 4 co-hosts. That was the true magic of the show.
Tell me how you went about finding the people that you did the podcast with, because a lot of them are the same kind of interesting people.
So Marion, the genius behind the camera here, she's eating this up every time I praise her. She needs those little bonus points. We were looking to take over the world of podcasting. Yeah. This would be the Cracker Jack team. If we were looking to take out Osama bin Laden, you'd have a certain team. If we were looking to take over podcasting, this would be the team, and we got it.
Sephra, the seed huntress.
We got Sephra. Yeah. Sephra lives in the woods. She forages for food.
Sephra, you haven't jumped in with any, analogies. You don't have anything with like 2 birch trees that get entangled, or.
And for the refreshing new year, I thought I'd take a refreshing dip in this beautiful river. Blessings.
We've got Colonel Tim Nye. Mm-hmm. Colonel Nye was in special operations for 32 years. He's a genius.
Movement is the key to success in anything. If you find yourself in some kind of rut, you're stale, whatever, you've got to move because whatever you're in is clearly not working. Let's say combat, somebody's shooting at you. Staying in that exact same position and being shot at is not going to help you, right? You've got to move. So it's the same thing in your personal life.
We got Dr. Johnny, who's not a real doctor.
He's not a doctor. He said, the last thing you should say to yourself when you go to bed is, it was a good day. And when you wake up, you should say, it's going to be a good day. Yeah. Man, you want to talk about how to learn how to make everything in life into a gift and into something that you can leverage and make.
Don't tell my wife, but I recorded the podcast, just audio, and I play it in my kids' room at night when they go to sleep. So.
The first real turning point came when we went to Richard Branson's island. Joe and his wife had been invited as guests to Branson's Island. We didn't know if we'd get the interview, so we flew all the way down there with all the equipment, and they dropped me from a motorboat in this tiny island with nothing but a hotel on it. I mean, tiny, and said, we'll come get you if we get the interview. We got the interview.
If you had to pick one secret to success,
I think looking for the best in other people.
The lesson from that story, get more comfortable with risk. Even if we hadn't gotten the interview, it was still a great adventure. Over the years, we added and subtracted other hosts, Zach Evanesh, Brian Shantosh, Dr. Laura Pence, Dr. Nada, Matt B. Davis, Dr. Dell, Jared Cogswell and Yancey Culp, Charlie Engel and Louis Escobar, of course, Peter Borden, Jason Jacksetic, and Don Devaney, who were some of the originals. And we had some incredible guests, some known, some unknown. And the places, Morsey in France, Pittsfield, Vermont, New York City, London, Iceland, in the back of taxis, walking backwards down the street. I met so many incredible people and got to talk about incredible ideas about what motivates people and what makes them resilient, what gives them drive, how they succeed. For 7 years, week in and week out. And of course, the incredible opportunity I've had to share it with my kids who've come on shoots as PAs and with our other close friends of the podcast, like Andrea. It wasn't easy. It wasn't perfect, but it was truly a gift.